All right, everybody, it is here. The expansion, what's it called? The Lords of the West was just announced a little bit earlier today. Sorry if I'm a little bit later than other people in getting the video up, but it's still within like I don't know 4 hours or so. But yeah, AoE2 TE is getting an expansion. Lords of the West, the first official expansion of Age of Empires 2 Definitive Edition, is now available to pre-order or add to your wish list for the holiday season. Don't worry, it doesn't come out till January 26th. So we have over a month until, yeah, like a month and a half, 6 weeks or so until it actually comes out. 2 new civs, 3 new campaigns. Don't worry, I will be doing those campaigns. New achievements. And before we get into the new civs, which are Burgundians and Sicilians, I guess I'll say this. Does AoE2 need more civs? I mean, if they can make them feel unique, then sure, why not? But I'm a little disappointed that it's Western Europe. I would wish they would do another part of the world that doesn't already have a bunch of civs representing it. But they want to sell the game to Western audiences, so they want to add Western civs. So, I mean, I get that, but I do think it's a little unfortunate. Also, this is a paid DLC. It's going to be like $10, I think. At least in America. Now, that isn't too expensive as far as, DLCs for other games. I think it's pretty comparable, but it will fragment the player base a little bit. And I do think it's unfortunate that you already have to pay for DE, and now you have to pay again. And I think the thought would be that you have to keep paying to sort of keep up. And I think that the financial barriers are definitely a little bit on the high side for a lot of players. It's certainly not a pay-to-win game, right? But I think it's pretty unfortunate because now you're going to have, people who will have the expansion versus people who don't have the expansion. And I don't know if you can like play cross games or what that's all going to look like. And I think that's a little unfortunate. That said, it's new, it's exciting, and it's certainly going to be something I think a lot of people are looking forward to. Also, we're getting new civs and stuff when the game is in a not that great state in terms of performance. But the thing is, the people who are developing the game, the people who are doing like the design portion of the game, who would be like designing these civs and expansion and campaigns, are a completely different set of people than the people who do all the technical stuff on the side of AoE. So it's kind of like there isn't a whole lot of overlap. But it is what it is, and we're going to be having this expansion, and we might be having more in the future. I'm not too sure. But yeah, let's get into the civs, because that's what you guys are excited about. I will be making some sort of like actual breakdown of the civs once we can play with them. But for now, we have 2 new civilizations. The Burgundians, that's right, your enemies in the Joan of Arc campaign, are apparently not covered enough by Franks, so they get their own civ. Rise from a mere duchy to the marvel of Western Europe through economic might, cultural achievement, and the use of advanced military technology and tactics. The Burgundian unique unit is the Coustilier? I took 4 years of high school French. Clearly it's not paying off. Coustilier? Maybe? A cavalry unit that utilizes a powerful shock attack when charging into battle. We'll get to that. Civilization bonuses. Literally, there are only 2. Wait a minute. It doesn't say team bonuses. So, Burgundy is a cavalry civ because it's not similar enough to Franks, apparently. Economic upgrades are available 1 age earlier than other civs. Now that's an interesting eco bonus, because you can get double bit axe in Dark Age, horse collar in Dark Age, wheelbarrow in Dark Age, but that just delays your feudal age time by a lot. Do you do it when you drush? Maybe? I think it's more of a, you can click them Like, you can click double bit axe when you're on your way up to feudal age or horse collar or something like that. But I'm not too sure how that's going to pan out. But it's certainly, it's an interesting bonus. It's not one with a super, I guess, obvious application. It's not just like, oh, gather X faster. Because we're kind of running out of those bonuses because AoE can barely fit more civilizations in at this point. And that's why we're only getting 2 new civs here, because especially if they plan on doing more DLCs, like there just isn't enough space design-wise for a lot more civs. There's, like, historically, there's plenty of room for more civs, but in a literal game design perspective, it's hard. With also keeping bonuses and stuff, one, not overlapping with existing civs, and two, not completely breaking how Age of Empires normally works. And you'll see with a lot of this stuff that there's a lot of stuff borrowed from AoE3. That said, Fallen Knights return 50% of their gold cost. Now, we see this effect in the game with the Saracen Unique Tech Madrasa, which has, when your monks die, they return 33% of their cost. This is a much larger effect, and it also, you don't have to get a castle for it. However, it's still a little weird because you have to have something bad happen to you, lose a knight, to get a bonus. So fundamentally, that's just kind of awkward. Because this bonus doesn't help you win a battle. It just makes you more cost efficient in the long run. And I think if you're competing against other cavalry civs, I would rather play Franks right now than Burgundians. I would rather play Lithuanians. They just have more bonuses. Like, literally 2 bonuses. I don't even see a team bonus. Neither of these make sense as a team bonus, so I feel like they just need to add that. But they did announce this very early. Like, announcing a DLC 6 weeks before it comes out seems very early. It is 6 weeks, right? 15th through 20. Yeah, it's exactly 6 weeks. So there's probably going to be a lot of design stuff happening with the civs. Maybe there's going to be a beta. I don't know, but we'll see. We'll see. Sorry, I'm kind of rambling here. Unique units: Custilier. I don't know. Cavalry unit that can charge their attack stat. I have no idea what this means. I assume this means it's a cav unit that can just get extra attack with some, if it meets some certain condition. What exactly that is, I have no idea. No idea. But we'll have to see the unit, we'll have to see its stats, see what it's like, how much it costs, what it has bonus damage against, if anything, before we can really make a good analysis of this. And then the other unique unit is the Flemish Militia. Heavy infantry unit with a bonus versus cavalry can only be obtained via the Flemish Revolution technology. Yep, you got it. AoE3 Revolutions and/or AOM Ragnarok's coming into the game. First unique tech, First Burgundian Vineyards convert all food into gold at a 2-to-1 ratio. That could be some nice value. Especially in late game if you have like 5k food. You have like 50, even more, like 60, 70 farmers. And then you just have like, 3k food, then you get 1,500 gold. Like, that's pretty good. It's like a supermarket, a one-time like supermarket trading thing. It's kind of weird that it's a Castle Age unique tech because it's something that you would only really ever do in late game 1v1. But it's all right. Again, it's the exact same as an AoE3 shipment. Like, there are AoE3 shipments that are exactly this. And then Flemish Revolution upgrades all existing villagers to Flemish Militia. So you get Ragnarok or Revolution. You get all of your villagers turn into what I assume are just going to be pikemen. Some equivalent to a pikeman. Now, can that help you close out a game? Yeah, certainly. But obviously it's super all-in. Now, I feel like Burgundians still need a lot of work because I just don't think they're that interesting. It just feels like worse Franks. Like, obviously, you know, they'll have a cavalry unique unit, whereas Franks do not, and they have their whole Ragnarok thing. But it just, I don't know. It just feels like weirder Franks. So I'd like to be seeing some more stuff here, including a team bonus. Actually, I don't know. And it says that balance and bonuses may change between now and release, and it 100% will. But the other civ, I don't want to ramble too long here, is the Sicilians. Experience the diverse cultures and martial spirit of Mediterranean's crossroads as you build one of the most coveted kingdoms in medieval Europe. The Sicilian unique unit is the Sergeant, a hardy infantry unit that construct the formidable donjon. I guess... No, that's probably the Wonder. That's a castle. I don't know what it looks like. Anyway, the Sicilians are added! Yay! I am an American, obviously, but I am of Sicilian descent. Partially. So that's pretty fun. It's going to be kind of weird to have the Italians and the Sicilians, but such is life. Sicily was ruled by a lot of different people, including the Normans. Anyway, infantry civilization. I hope they have a good navy, too. I mean, Sicily is an island. Castles and town centers constructed 100% faster. They stole my bonus for Magyars. Curse them. So this is going to be a nice little bonus when it comes to booming. Like, you go fast castle, you can just drop your town centers 100% faster. That's really nice. Is it the best eco bonus in the world? No, certainly not. But they have another one. And then you have castles built 100% faster. Obviously, that has very straightforward applications, both offensively and defensively. You can castle drop way easier, and you can defend much more quickly. Land military units absorb 33% of all incoming bonus damage. This is kind of weird. Like, this is really weird. So, if you have a knight, and then you get poked by a pikeman, you take, 18 damage instead of 24? Like, that is insane. Like, that would be absolutely insane. But I'm not too sure how this will play out. And then finally, each farm upgrade grants farmers +1 carry capacity. I don't like this. It's just going to end... You end up with the exact same thing as the Aztec bonus. It's just Aztecs get it for free from the start of the game, whereas Sicilians need to get the farm upgrades, and you only get it in Imperial Age. Like, you don't get the full effect until Imperial Age, and even then... It's literally just the same thing as the Aztec bonus. There is no advantage to this bonus over the Aztec bonus. Also, Aztecs get to carry more with all resources, whereas this is just farmers, so I would like to see that changed, personally. Also, they have unique building, the donjon, unique fortification used to train sergeants. Units can garrison in the building for protection. Archers and villagers shoot additional projectiles when garrisoned. So this... The impression I get from this is that it's going to be... It's not going to have an attack, like a normal attack. But if you garrison villagers or archers into it, then it will have an attack. At least that's the impression that I'm getting. I think the strength of this is going to rely a lot on how good their archer tech tree is. They're an infantry civilization, but I don't know... Like, if they have, like, halfway decent archers, you can just, like, slam these down and then put a bunch of archers in them and then probably do a bunch of damage. So, we'll have to see. We'll have to see. And a unique unit is the Sergeant, infantry unit, which can also construct donjons. I have no idea what the unit is otherwise. Like, what else is the unit like? It can build donjons. Cool. How is it different than a swordsman? I don't know. Unique technologies. First Crusade. Upon researching, each town center spawns a one-time group of 7 sergeants. You got it! They now have shipments from AoE3 and AoE2, because a lot of this is definitely taken from AoE3. But you have to get a castle for this. But depending on how good sergeants are, this can obviously be very powerful, as you'll be getting... You know, if you have 3 TCs, you'll get 21 of these guys. So I guess it depends how much the cost of the tech is. for how many sergeants you're getting. Like how many town centers do you need for this to pay for itself? But I assume you'll be getting a lot of them quickly, so that's definitely quite nice. And then Scootage. Upon researching, each team member receives a one-time payment of 15 gold for each military unit that you own. Kind of weird that both civs have a unique tech that just conditionally gives you a certain amount of gold. This could obviously be really strong or useless, depending on how much the tech costs and how many units you have. Here's the problem I have with it. If you have a huge army, chances are you're already winning the game. Not always, but chances are. So you just win more because you'll get a bunch of extra gold. Like, again, this is going to be insane late game 1v1, and is going to be okay-ish in team games, but not that great. So to be honest, I'm not the biggest fans of either civ, but I don't want to pass full judgment until we see them play out and see what changes they'll be getting, because I think that both civs need a lot of work. But that doesn't mean it's impossible for them to be cool. Anyway, 3 new fully voiced campaigns. Edward Longshanks. A bitter hostage of rebel barons, Edward Longshanks vows to reclaim his birthright and lead a shattered England to unprecedented heights of prestige and fortitude. A shrewd commander and cunning politician, his merciless methods are effective, though amoral. Follow him as his thirst for power and glory leads him throughout England, Wales, Scotland, and even on crusade. In this campaign, you'll play as the Britons, so the Britons get their own campaign. They just had the 2 historical battles, Agincourt and Cyprus, so now they get their own campaign, which is fun. And then we'll have Burgundy and Sicily campaigns. For decades, the Dukes of Burgundy have been embroiled in a bloody struggle over control of the mad French king, using their cunning military prowess and immense wealth. However, as the blood that they spill is paid for with the blood of their own, their focus turns increasingly northwards as they aim to create a kingdom of their own. In this campaign, it plays the Burgundians, duh. The Hautevilles, or Hauteville. Robert de Hauteville left Normandy in 1047 with a small band of thieves. Within a century, members of his family had become dukes in Italy, princes in the Holy Land, and even kings of Sicily. Join these intrepid Norman adventurers as they fuse 3 cultures of Europe's most tolerant and sophisticated kingdom. In this campaign, you'll play as the Sicilians. Bunch of new achievements! Oh boy, I'll get these as quickly as possible, man. And that's it! Here's the new DLC that's going to be coming for $10, January 26th, 2021. Obviously, I'll be getting it. I'll be doing plenty of content for it. Like I said, I'm conflicted with the addition of new civs, especially these particular civs. On the one hand, it's cool, but on the other hand, I don't really think the game needs more civs, but if they need more civs to stay financially viable, then I guess, you gotta do what you gotta do. And I'm just worried that you're just increasing the cost to play the game, which is, I think, not that great. But still, it's exciting. I'm certainly excited to see how these new civs develop. So, yeah, definitely, if you're excited, leave a like. There you go. There's that sellout mode. But yeah, thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you next time.